Hello, Team Freedom Reigns. Welcome to the Tuesday Tip. We are Dr. Dondi and Marcy Nettles. We are your hosts tonight. We've got some great information on relaunching, restarting, new beginnings, and all that stuff, and why you should attend corporate events, especially the global convention coming up. But before we get into that, let's tell them about that QR code right
It
there.
goes directly to the Team Freedom Range YouTube channel. You can go there, you can subscribe, ring the bell, and then you'll get notifications every time that we upload new content, whether it is an opportunity presentation that we've recorded or these Tuesday calls, and anything else that we happen to find that we want to upload for the team. You will get notified when we upload new things. So make sure that you go and subscribe, as well as making sure that you
Ding.
log this call into your weekly calendar. Tuesday nights, same time. It is 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Mountain, 8 p.m. Central, and 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesdays. Same Zoom ID and passcode each time, so save it in there so that you can join us. Hi, Lori. So glad to have you on here. Was it?
Yes, it was.
Cool. All right, so we wanted to make sure to get this update out there because we are into the final weeks of the 12-week Activate and Thrive in 2025 challenge that has all of the cash prizes that are going to be given out at the end of this month. So make sure that if you are part of this challenge that you don't forget to put in your updates, because if you don't get your updates in, you are not going to be qualified to be part of the winning group. Okay. So make sure that you get your updates in, and you can check the featured post on the Team Freedom Reigns Facebook page to find the link and the instructions on how to do those updates. Can't wait to see them, by the way. We are seeing so many great results already coming in. We're part of the core that gets to help decide who wins, and it's based off of your total experience, your total results. So make sure that you're sharing, the non-scale victories and the non-photo victories and the non-measurement victories too. Better sleep, better mental clarity, more energy. I can move better, all the different things. Make sure that you're notating all of it in those updates. Okay.
Here we are.
Yeah.
And what we wanted to talk about with this is Marcy and I were kind of sitting brainstorming, talking about what would be a good topic for this call. And as we were sitting in our chairs while we were discussing, I was looking out the window and at our tree that was formerly a skeleton of a tree that had no leaves on it. And we were actually,
I was
within
worried
the
it was
last couple of
dead.
weeks, we were talking about, is this tree even alive? Because the one across the street, our neighbors had some little buds on it. The one across the other neighbor across the street had some buds on theirs. And there was our tree, completely barren and looking like something you'd see in a graveyard or something like that. So, but as we looked out, there was green actually all over, like it cropped up overnight. So it kind of made us think about, we're coming out of the winter season into the spring. Well, what happens in spring? New beginnings, new life, new opportunities, new energy, new enthusiasm, and literally a new you. So we wanted to talk about that just in time to talk about why we should be attending a corporate event, specifically this one right here, the annual, or actually every 18 months. It's not even annual. So every year and a half, so twice in 3 years, they do the global convention where people from all over LifeVantage, all over the world, different countries, different markets get together. And this time it's going to be in Salt Lake City. So why you should attend? That's what really the rest of tonight's Zoom is going to be about. New beginnings and the global convention attendance, and why you should absolutely plan to be there if you haven't made the decision already.
Yeah, so one of our team members did a really awesome post today, and she was talking about new beginnings and starting new and fresh in April, since it's the second quarter, and maybe the first quarter didn't go exactly the way that you wanted it to. And she said that April actually means to open. Right. And so if the first quarter didn't necessarily go the way that you wanted it to go, guess what? This is your second chance. This is your opportunity to have that new beginning in April by opening yourself up for growth and opening up your business also for growth and success. So let's talk about April. So this is a new month, which means there's a new beginning for you. You need to have a new mindset with a new focus. You can have a new start if you choose to. You'll need new intentions to get those new results that you desire. And this is something that we're talking to ourselves just as much as we're talking to you. Because as I mentioned before we started the recording, I feel like the first quarter just totally got away from us. With us, we were both sick for quite a while, and we had a lot of stuff going on with our family and with different things. The first quarter felt like it kind of
Just,
disappeared.
yeah, it went by so fast.
It really rushed by. And so we're really going to be serious in having these new intentions and really having that focus to where we can really open up April and the second quarter for new results, because we know it's available. We know we're capable. And so it's just a matter of us deciding to take advantage of that.
Exactly. And I'm gonna kind of expand upon something Marcy just said. Every one of these calls, and this one is absolutely no exception. In fact, this is a perfect example. We have these calls for us first. We're talking to ourselves. We're just inviting you to come listen in on a private conversation we're having with each other on what can we do to better grow our business, be better leaders, be better mentors, be better professional network marketers. And again, obviously we share that with you guys, but we are not going to share something with you that doesn't directly apply to us first, because one, that would be a breach of leadership, and two, would be talking about something that we wouldn't really want you to follow. You don't want to follow an example that's not happening. So that's the key with this. We are talking to ourselves first, trying to get ourselves motivated and excited about the new month, new beginnings, new mindset, and you know the rest. So this is for us. You're just being invited along.
Yeah, so tonight we're going to be talking about 5 different things where we can really kind of focus to be able to get that movement and that momentum going forward for that restart or that relaunch, or maybe you're new and you're just getting started. And so this is perfect for you as well. So if you are thinking about needing a reset, a refocus, and a restart, or you're just getting launched, just know that every first of the month, which today is April 1st, and none of this whatsoever is an April Fool's joke, okay? None of it. There's been all kinds of that all over the place. This is all real, true, and what we feel we personally are going to be doing. And if you want to go along with us, we hope that you will do that. So first, at the first of the month, you can take the time at the beginning of each month to reconnect with your why and maybe make some changes to it. Because the thing is this, as you learn and grow and as you move forward in this process of building your business or even just in life, you are constantly changing.
Yeah.
The environment around you hopefully is changing for the better as well. And so maybe the why that you had last month needs to be tweaked just a little bit for this month, right? So make sure that at the first of each month that you take the time to really reconnect with your why. Make sure that you write down along with that why very clear and measurable goals that really have you excited, that have you wanting to do the things that you need to be doing on a daily basis to be able to accomplish what you want to accomplish. And with those goals, that visual reminder, like the vision boards, if you like to do that, or even if you just like to have a single photo that means something to you, or even individuals, maybe children, grandchildren, parents that represent the reason why you're building your business, have that somewhere where you can be looking at it on a regular basis. And that will help you maintain focus as you go along, because things come up, challenges arise. And when they do, you want to make sure that you can stay on track.
Yeah. And I want to add to something too here about taking the time at the beginning of each month to reconnect with your why. I remember the first time when I was sitting in a network marketing meeting, it was a LifeVantage meeting, and one of the one of the very first ones, and somebody asked me, "What is your why?" I literally didn't even understand the question. Like, what is your why? That's not even a correct sentence. Like why, my why was a noun. Well, I didn't understand what the person was talking about, because I was in the mindset as a business owner being, what is a mission? Like, I remember back in the 90s developing my mission statement. And then from the mission statement, my purpose statement. And from that, our core values statement that I had in my practice when people would come in. What are we all about? Why are we doing what we're doing? Well, then it was just literally, your why is your mission, your purpose, your core values. What is it that makes you want to get involved, or what enticed you? What made you lean in when you were hearing about this LifeVantage opportunity, whether it was the products or the opportunity, or both, or something else? So it's, what is the reason why you're doing this? And along that, if you're not really sure about what your why is, and therefore consulting with it and talking about it and going over it at the beginning of every month may be a little bit difficult for you to reconnect with, I'm going to recommend a book, and I'm going to recommend several books throughout tonight. But this one, Start with Why. by Simon Sinek. And it literally, when you start with why and you make your why about what your, or what also what he calls a just cause, when you make your why, your purpose, your mission, and you reconnect with it constantly, it literally makes it so much easier because you are serving it. And when you take that approach, everyone else gets blessed in the process because usually it's about someone else. And I remember after I learned what the why was, what my why was, and I heard Carrie Dickey say something very, very effective. She said, your why should make you cry, meaning you should have a significant emotional attachment to it. So if you don't yet have that and you're not there, let me recommend the book. Start with why, but figure out what it is for you. And everyone has permission to have a very different and unique than someone else's. So maybe look at someone else's as an example, but certainly develop your own and reconnect with it on a monthly basis. And you're going to really understand the meaning of reset, refocus, restart when you have your goals in place.
So good. Okay, so this is also something that we've talked about recently on a call around your daily method of operation. And so if you don't have the tracking sheet that was created, it is under the featured in the Team Freedom Reigns Facebook page. And if you're not part of the team and you want that, just send us a message and we're happy to share it with you. But you want to make sure that each month and every day, really, you want to make sure that you're mapping out the specific income producing activities, the IPAs, those things that make you money for each day. And those are your prospecting calls, your follow-ups, your presentations, making new friends maybe on social media, getting out and meeting new people, whatever those income producing activities are. They may not be making you money right this second, but it's what you do that leads you to the income and earning those bonuses, right? And then commit to at least 3 to 5 core actions every day that directly contributes to you growing your business. And when you commit to this and you have it mapped out, then it helps you to follow through no matter what you come up against each day, whether you feel like it or whether you don't.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times you're going to wake up or you're going to get tired throughout the day and it's like, do I really have to do this? It's like, yeah, remember that why? And we have it broken down into bite-sized pieces. So let's just do the little things and not go to bed until they're done, right? So make sure that you set that plan for yourself on a daily basis.
Yeah. And with regard to this, Brian Tracy wrote a great book called Eat That Frog. And so if you are currently employed doing something, or you've got other things in life that are taking your emotional bandwidth, and you've got other efforts or other endeavors rather, and that is taking some of your time, then figure out in those 3 to 5 things, at least 3 to 5 core actions daily, figure out how to do them first or as early on in the day as possible, which is where the book, Brian Tracy's book, Eat That Frog, comes into. Get the things that need to be done out of the way first so that you can prioritize the things that you want to get done. And oftentimes people flip that in reverse. They do the things they want to do, and then as the day goes by, there's not enough time left to do the things they need to do, and as a result, they don't get done.
Motivation,
so
energy,
focus, especially if you have a job or doing something else, whether it's part-time or full-time or even a hobby. Get your 3 to 5 daily actions in your business out of the way as soon as possible, because then you're also going to know that the earlier in the day, this is a proven fact, the earlier in the day you have wins, the more likely that day is going to be very productive, because wins breed other wins versus setbacks, which is why people do the things they want to do rather than things they need to do, because sometimes the things they need to do give setbacks and they'd rather put those toward the end of the day. Flip that around, get the stuff done early, get early wins, and let that set the momentum for the rest of your day.
And work on nurturing your relationships. So you already have a lot of people that are either in your funnel, are customers, or are your consultants on your team. Make sure that you're reaching out to those people. It doesn't have to be every single day, okay? But it does need to be maybe on a regular basis, and show genuine interest in what they have going on in their lives. You don't always have to talk about LifeVantage with these people. These people will think about LifeVantage when you reach out to them, just because you're the one that has been sharing it with them, or you're the one that introduced it to them, right? But making sure that you're reaching out and you have the intention of creating new opportunities for them by adding value. by bringing information to them that maybe, hey, I just learned this and I thought that you would be interested, or hey, I thought about you when I read this. How are you doing? That type of thing. And then this is going to be able to help you strengthen your foundation in your business by strengthening the relationships with those people that are either already part of your team or those people that you would really like to invite to take a look.
Mhm.
So make sure that you schedule this into your daily do to reach out to someone, even if it's just one person each day, to be able to nurture those relationships.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So vitally important. And dedicate time each week to personal development through books. I told you I'm going to talk about some books, because one of the things that I love about books is that they're timeless. And you can as Tony Robbins can say, you can turn decades into days by reading what someone else has done and researched and taken the time to put in place and put in a book. So as far as network marketing is concerned, specifically the network marketing professionals, I'm going to share with you some books and recommend some books that you read that were written by network marketers for network marketers, solely for their professional success in network marketing. The first one, Who Stole the American Dream by Burke Hedges. This is actually quite a bit. This is probably at least 15, 16, maybe even up to 20 years old, but a timeless book. Who Stole the American Dream? Rob Sperry. You guys know who Rob Sperry is? One of the best books I've ever read on network marketing. It's called The Game of Networking. And it says, MLMers are many, networkers are few. The Game of Networking. It's a powerful, powerful book. Also by Rob Sperry, The Rank Advancement Blueprint. So if you're looking to rank advance, this is a great book too. Highly recommended. Freakishly Effective Leadership in Network Marketing. And what a cool title. Freakishly Effective Leadership for Network Marketing by Ray Higdon. Great book. And if you guys are familiar with who he's got a really crazy approach, British accent. His name is Fraser Brooks. His book, I Dare You. It's this guy's a social media whiz, but I Dare You, the ultimate guide to building your network marketing business using social media. So if you want to get great results on social media, I Dare You. He's also got a book, I Double Dare You. Go for No. This book was life-changing for me, because one of the crappiest things you hear in network marketing is no. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I don't do those things. We hear them all the time. Well, the whole purpose of this book is to go for no. In other words, go get as many no's as you possibly can, because it makes you bulletproof. It makes it a lot easier to get through the things that I said, make it hard, the things you need to do. The more you go for no, the easier that gets. And there's a story of a guy in here that says, you don't want to join my network marketing business, do you? I mean, what he's actually expecting the no. So the no is inherent in the question. You don't want to join my network marketing business, do you? He said that was one of his most successful approaches, because it's like, well, I don't know. What is it? Now you got him leaning in, but you started off with an icebreaker that basically there's nothing attached here. You don't have to do this. In fact, you probably don't want to do this. Great way to flip it on its ear. So you go for no. And then The Slight Edge. This is a little thicker of a book. It's a little heady of a book, but Jeff Olson, a great network marketer. So there you go.
Good books. And what I would love to point out to you is that one way that you can shift your personal development that will help you actually start to build your database is read something as if you're going to be teaching something, yes. Right? So learn it as if you're going to be teaching it to somebody else, and then go do that. So maybe read a chapter in the book and then pick out 3 to 5 things that you want to go and do a video on social media, or a post that has a photo that goes along with those 3 to 5 things. And you can even do it to where it's like, hey, there's 5 things I learned in this chapter today. I'm going to share 3 of them with you right now. If you want the other 2, just send me a message and I'll send it over to you, right? Because then you can start conversations back and forth with people. But I love the way this picture shows that, right? It's like, learn something and then pass it on to someone else. And this is also where you can have that information to be able to add value to those people that are part of your network that you want to be really working on solidifying and fortifying those relationships, right? So learn something to teach something.
Yes. So good.
Plus, it gives you content, right? If you are struggling to come up with content, go and read a book, read a chapter, pick out 3 to 5 things and post about it,
Yeah,
right? And then you've got your content.
I want to expand upon that because what Marcy said there was so golden. And that is read something, get 3 to 5 things, make a post about it. I learned 5 great things. Talk about the first 3. For the other 2, reach out to me. It starts and because you're giving somebody 3 of 5 of something, they want number 4 and number 5, which prompts them to reach out to you. You gave them value in the first 3, and they're going to be grateful for that. It's a great strategy. I first heard Ray Higdon talking about that approach, and it works so well.
Yeah, it does. And that's how you can build your database. So get those conversations started, right? And then people who celebrate progress and practice gratitude are more optimistic. And guess what happens when you're more optimistic? You have greater success in your business. So you want to make sure that you're acknowledging wins of all sizes. We've talked about this many times. What happens inside of your brain? You have this fireworks show that goes off when you celebrate, and your brain loves that happy hormone rush. And it's like, oh my gosh, I love it so much. Let's do more of what we just did to get that, right? And so if you want to be intrinsically or motivated from the inside, make sure that you're celebrating all of the small things so that your brain says, do more of that, do more of that, do more of that, right? So, and then when it comes to the practicing gratitude, you get more of what you focus on, right? And so if you end each day by noting 3 successes and expressing gratitude for the opportunities in your business, creating a mindset that attracts continued growth, not only will you go to sleep more optimistic and more positive, then you will also sleep better, by the way, because what you're putting into your brain is what you're going to focus on throughout that night. It's not going to be something disturbing. It's not going to be something that's going to keep you awake. And your mind is going to go to work in finding ways that you can get more things to be grateful for. So make sure that you are celebrating your progress, no matter how big, and practice gratitude so that you can get more to be grateful for.
Yeah. I remember this concept is so, put it this way, it just works despite everything you may think against it, because optimism breeds more optimism. Optimism attracts optimism. Gratitude attracts additional things to be grateful for. And I remember watching a movie for the very first time. I don't remember what it was called. The lady from Robin something from Australia. What it was called? It was. It had a red logo, the something. It was a cool book. Anyway, I'll think of it here in a second. But it was back in the late 90s, early 2000s. I'll think of it here in a second. But it was talking about in the movie. It was a movie. It was first. It was a successful book. Somebody help me out. What was it called? And in there they said thoughts become things. Yeah. Remember that?
But I don't know what you're talking about. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Anyway, it was right there. And then when I started talking about it, I lost the name of it. But it was originally a book by Robin something. Okay, sorry. Gosh, I'll think of it here in a second. But anyway, so it was talking about positive. When you put out positive, you get positive. Thoughts become things. When you are thinking about certain things, it will manifest. Like, have you ever thought about somebody and then within a couple hours they call you or they send you a text or something like that? That's what it is. So put that out there into the universe. Put it out there into your bandwidth. Put it out there into your radar screen. Put optimism, put gratitude, put positivity, supporting other people, and watch how it comes back to you. Gosh, I can't believe I can't think of that.
It's okay. It'll come or it won't, right? It's all good. It's all good. Okay, so we're going to get into the portion of the call now about Global Convention, okay? Because it is only 3 weeks away, which I cannot believe that too. But again, we are in April now, right? And so we want to make sure that every single one of you understands the importance of this event. And if you're not committed to it yet, hopefully after this call, you will desire to commit and be at Global Convention. Plus, if you still need a registration or a ticket, we can possibly help you find one for the early bird pricing of $159. And we want to make sure that every single one of you has the opportunity to be there. So if you have somebody on your team, be talking to your team members. This is so important. We need to be promoting these events over and over and over again, which, by the way, the leader that promotes the best wins.
Right.
Right? So we need to be promoting this event to everybody that's part of your team and getting there with you. And like I said, we may be able to help you find one for that 159. I know that there's at least one person on our team that unfortunately had a death in the family. And so she's not able to go. So we have access to that ticket for you. So just let us know, reach out, and we will do what we can to get you connected to that. So we want to go over what you will miss if you do not attend Global Convention. And when we're talking about these things, I want you just to really think about, okay, so if I don't go, am I going to be closer to accomplishing my why or further away? Mm-hmm. If I miss that, is it going to be something that's really going to, impact my life and my business? Or is it not a big deal? Well, I want to tell you that it's all going to be a big deal. And if you're not there, you are going to be missing out on so much that could potentially be the exact thing that you need right now in your business, that missing piece of the puzzle to be able to just go out there and just go to the next level, right? So let's share with them these things that you will absolutely miss. And I'll bet there's more. So if you are someone that is on the call live right now, whether it is on social media on Facebook or here with us on Zoom, if you think of something as we're going along here, put it in the comments because we want to make sure that we cover all of these things, because Global Convention, especially of all of the corporate events. I mean, what was it like when we first got started? What were we taught about corporate events?
That you never miss a corporate event, or the only excuse for missing a corporate event is a death in the family, your own. And so it was very, very much impressed upon us that way. And in the almost 16 years, in fact, May 18th will be my 16-year anniversary in LifeVantage. I've never once missed a corporate event. And I don't ever intend to do that because I took that seriously. But thank you, Lori. It was The Secret. That was the book I was trying to think of, the book and the movie. Thank you, Lori. Appreciate that. So yes, FOMO is a real thing. And if you, especially Global Convention, it is the absolute event you never, ever, ever want to miss for very, very significant reasons. We're going to go over many of them right here.
Yeah. And first of all, because it says global, it means that it is all consultants coming from around the world, right? And so think about the sacrifices that are being made and the blessing of living here in the country that the company is based in. So Global Convention is here, yes. Right? I mean, the people that we met and we worked with when we were in Australia and the sacrifices that they're making, I mean, it's at least a couple $1,000s just for their airfare.
And a lot of time.
Yeah. So just think about that, guys. What is the sacrifice you need to make? And then think about what sacrifices are that other people are making, because they know how important this event is. So let's talk about what you will miss if you do not attend Global Convention and you don't want to be alone and not be there with the rest of us, right? So do you want to go through the beliefs, or do you want
to? I want to say one thing. That is the reality. It always has been. It always will be. There will be people in LifeVantage that are consultants that are trying to build the business. If you ask them if they're focusing on building their business, they would say yes, and they still will not attend Global Convention, even though they live in the same city, and will tell you they're trying to build their business. But to Marcy's point, there's people that will get on a plane from another side of the world, fly 14 hours, spend thousands of dollars just in the trip to get here, and would never even think of missing the event. And the difference between those two individuals will be 100% the success they experience or do not experience by the ones who choose not to go to Global Convention. And I'm just being blunt and 100% honest with you, because if we weren't, we would not be good leaders.
No, you know what? And I mean, they've crunched the numbers. Corporate has ran the numbers on the people that attend events and the people that don't, and what their rate of enrollments is, what their rate of rank advancements is. And the people that attend events is always higher by multiples, not just by a few, but by multiples. The people that attend events are the ones that earn more money. They rank advance faster. They earn the incentive trips. They earn the different incentives offered by the company. but there's just certain things that happen at these events that just can't happen if you're not there.
Right.
So starting off with building belief.
Yeah, building belief in network marketing. It's absolutely key. You could have all the faith in the world in LifeVantage and our products and yourself and your team, but if you don't believe in network marketing, there's going to be that stigma. How do I know? Because it was me. In the beginning, I loved LifeVantage products. I hated network marketing, and many of you know that story. When someone would say, "Well, what are you doing now?" I would say, and I would just like, "Well, network marketing." It's like, what? I would tell them I'm into health and wellness solutions because I didn't want to say I was a network marketing professional because that brought the negative stigma that I carried. They wouldn't have known regardless, but I made it an issue because I did not believe in network marketing as a profession. And once I did, and I started proudly saying, we are network marketing professionals with the company LifeVantage. We have anti-aging and wellness products. You need to hear about them. But it was first and foremost the belief in network marketing as a bona fide, legitimate way of making a living and as a career. It's one of the most noble careers out there because everybody is blessed by it when they do it right. And it's so different than anything else you've ever experienced. But belief in network marketing, LifeVantage, of course, our products, of course, your team, and obviously yourself.
Yeah, so I would say yourself is the most important belief that will help be built at this event. And if you're not there, it's not going to happen. And the way that it works is that you will see people on stage that you will hear their story, or you'll look at them and you'll be like, holy heck, if they can do what they've done, there is absolutely no excuse that I could ever throw out there that could keep me from doing what they did and having success if I just do it, right? Take those excuses out. But that's part of the building belief in yourself. Plus the recognition on and off stage. Guys, recognition is one of the reasons that many people get involved in network marketing in the first place. And if they're not being recognized, then they will eventually leave. Right? And at these events, they get recognized whether they are at a new level to walk the stage or whether they're standing and everybody's applauding them for reaching that rank, or when they get to meet someone and someone gets to say, oh my gosh, congratulations on building your business, making the decisions to have the success that you want in being here at this event, and many other things. So being there for the recognition is so important. And that goes right along with celebrating other people's wins.
Yeah.
Because we just talked about celebrating and what happens inside the brain, right? It's that little party that goes off. Well, it happens when you are celebrating your own wins. But what's really awesome in the way that it works is that it goes off when you're celebrating other people's wins too.
Yeah.
And your brain's going to be like, oh, what did they do to get that? We want to do what they did to get it, right? Not in a comparison way, but in a motivating way and an encouraging way. So you want to be there because if you are not, you will miss out on celebrating other people's wins.
Yeah. And it's so critical. And then, I mean, there's nothing like it when you have a win and when other people, strangers come up and congratulate you. It is such a reassuring feeling. And as Marcy said, that dopamine, that serotonin, that oxytocin, the happy chemicals that your body releases.
Party.
Yeah,
happy party in your brain.
Yeah, the endorphins. And then hearing exactly what you need right now for your business. And that's something that inevitably happens. It happens when you're not even looking for it. When someone on stage who says something that is the exact recipe of the thing you were looking for, you just couldn't put your finger on it. You couldn't define it. Even though you knew you were looking for it, you just didn't know what you were looking for. And then somebody comes out and shares a part of their story or in their presentation, you're like, that's it. That's exactly what I was looking for and have been looking for. Thank you for defining it for me. And aha moments are happening constantly. In fact, through the whole weekend, you're going to be having aha moments.
Yeah. And then I love also the opportunities that you'll have to network with other LifeVantage consultants, whether they're part of your team or whether they're people that were strangers and become friends while you're at this event, right? Because you'll have time in between the events, in between the parties, in between to where you don't want to just go hang out in your room. You want to be out and about where other people are so that you can be networking and asking questions on how they got to the level that they got to, what they did, and so that you can start planning to do those things too. So you would miss out on networking with other LifeVantage consultants if you're not at Global Convention.
Yeah. And one of the things about that, so prepare yourself to just seek people out. Somebody maybe you saw them in a social media post, you saw one of their live videos, you heard about them on one of the present or one of the things at corporate, you saw them rank advance, whatever the case may be. Go up to the people that make you a little anxious to even think about talking to them, because that's when one, you're stepping outside your comfort zone, and everything you ever wanted is going to be on the other side of hard. Everybody can do hard things. So make it a point to go up and just start conversations with people. And in this environment, people, leaders, mentors, people that are doing that are doing it themselves. We're going to be talking to people all over the place, especially people like from the Japanese market, the Spain market, Mexico market that we saw 18 months ago and haven't seen them since. We're going to be picking their brains. And so people are ready for the engagement. They're ready for the conversations. Write your questions down, walk up and ask people. They're going to be probably more than willing to spend some time with you.
Yeah. And then another thing that you'll miss out on is meeting our corporate executives, which we've got the best corporate team in the industry. And you have the opportunity to tour the corporate office, which is a beautiful, beautiful place where you can see the call center that helps take all of the support calls, whether it's for your customers or for your team. Guys, this is an opportunity to be able to go in there. And so in your mind, you have a picture of where those people are that are helping you on the phone, right? Plus you'll get to meet those people that have helped you, maybe even say thank you and show some gratitude.
Yeah, for sure. And hearing the announcements first, that's one of the things they do. They will share stuff there first. You'll be the first people to hear it. So keep that in mind.
And by the way, secondhand news is never as good as firsthand, right? Perfect. It never comes across the same. And so it's like, if you think that you can just stay home and you'll get it on our review call, or if you can hear it from somebody that's part of your team, they'll tell you all about it. It's not the same. You're going to miss out if you're not there to hear everything that is shared at Global Convention. Mm-hmm. And then again, meeting executive and presidential consultants in person. These are people that have done the things that needed to be done to get to the levels that maybe you want to get to. If you don't want to rise in the ranks, and if you don't want to make more than $500 a month, you probably don't need to come to Global Convention. But if you do, if you want to be successful with this, if you want to do something different with the rest of your life and change things for yourself and for those people you care about, then you want to be in the room with those executives and presidentials that have done it, so you can go up, introduce yourself, and maybe ask them a question or two.
Yeah, that's one thing. I'm glad you commented on that, Marcy. And so it's for the people that want to be truly a network marketing professional, whether you want to do this as a new career, make a full-time income, a part-time income. If it is not in your desire to go all the way to presidential or the executive ranks or the SC, whatever it is, that's not your deal, then maybe it's okay. Not to, because I remember meeting somebody, they had been the equivalent of a Pro 3, and they had been going for 5 or 6 years, never missed an event. And they had not gotten past our Pro 3, which was 5,000 in volume back then. And I remember asking him, why do you guys keep coming? What's going on in your business? And they said, what are you talking about? Like, and my assumption was, I see them at all the corporate events and I see them not rank advancing. There must be, how can I help? And they said, we really don't care about building the business. We come to these events because of the people. We just love to be part of something bigger than us. We're already financially secure. We don't really need the money. We do take the products. We just come for the culture. And I was shocked, because I thought, why would you keep coming if you're not building your business? And they said, well, and I was truly shocked. And I was like, so there are people that only come to these events because they love the culture. They love the community. They love feeling good. And in one case, the guy said, this is the only positive recognition I have in my life, despite the fact he was financially secure. Yeah. This is where he gets his cup filled. And I was like, wow. So for that, it's a great way, great reason to come, to get your cup filled.
Yeah. And then how about the fun? I mean, they have got the best parties planned for us. The welcome party and the recognition gala. Who doesn't like to dress up, whether it is in costume or as whether it's a cocktail or a black tie, or however you're going to dress up for the recognition gala. I mean, think about this too. The party is so much fun. with the music. We've got Rancan that's going to be there, our DJ that goes with us everywhere. Plus, we have the people that will be doing the singing for the competition. So if you have a voice, you should be putting in for that, because that would be a great time for all of us to be able to cheer you on. But the fun is amazing.
Absolutely.
And then inspiration from stage. All of the presenters are going to be bringing you their hearts. They are going to be bringing you their emotions. They're going to be bringing you their stories. And these are things that you cannot grasp or have the opportunity to really experience without being there firsthand. You cannot get the emotion that the event creates inside of you if you're not at Global. You can hear about maybe the bullet points that somebody happened to take notes on, but you definitely cannot get that inspiration that comes from stage.
Mm-hmm.
And then he asked me, what do you mean by meeting your crossline bestie? I mean, do any of you on here have a crossline bestie? I mean, I know we do. We have so many crossline besties. Well, God bless you. That will do three-way phone calls for us. That we can send a question like, "Oh my gosh, we missed this. What did they say about that incentive? Or what did they say about the new Axio sticks or the new Axio pricing? We missed it." We have crossline besties all over the place that we are in constant contact with, that help us in building our business. We celebrate things together, we encourage each other, and we share the things that we're doing that works. And so if you're not at Global, you just might miss out on meeting that cross-line bestie that could become your third-party validator, or you could become that for them. So you don't want to miss out on that. And then finally, oh, that's awesome, Laura. She's going from New York. So that is quite the travel too, and sacrifice, right? So yeah, let us know where you are going. Where are you going to, or coming to Global from? Mary Ellen, I know you're in Maine, and so that's quite the sacrifice as well, but it's so worth it, right? And then something that we heard and learned about on the last executive call, that if you're not at Global Convention, you will miss a special incentive for all in attendance at Global. This is going to be an incentive that's announced at Global Convention, and it will only be for those people that attend Global Convention.
They're being tight-lipped on this one.
Yeah, we have no idea what it is. And so you do not want to miss out. Yeah, Emmy, you and Kai Hayes are cross-line besties, right? You guys work together a lot and support each other and are there for the good times and for the hard times. With Kai having just lost her husband, yeah, absolutely. You guys are definitely besties there. So these are all things that you will miss if you don't attend a Global Convention. But the beautiful thing is, guess what? You still have time. You can still register. You can still figure it out. Everything is figure it outable. Right? If you want it bad enough, you can figure it out. Right? And so, like we said, if you still need to get registered and you need a ticket, if you're not a brand new person that has a free ticket because you came in on the business pack, or you came in on the pack with the 3 MB systems, because those had free tickets that came along with it, by the way, we can possibly help you get a ticket for the 159, the early bird pricing. So please reach out to us. We would love to be able to help you, because we want all of you at Global Convention, because we know how important it is. We know what this can do for you personally and in your business. So please, please, please do whatever it takes. Decide to attend Global Convention, because we don't want you to miss out. We don't want you to be that lone penguin while the rest of us penguins are out there partying it up, learning and being inspired. So please make the commitment, figure it out. If you have questions, or if you want to help brainstorming on how you can get there, reach out, because we would absolutely love to help you do that. Anything that you'd like to add?
No, I'm just excited for all of you who've never been to a corporate event before. If this is going to be your first one, I'm excited to hear what your experience is the following week after convention. One, how your mind has been so significantly blown, and two, what you plan on doing to make the next 18 months until the next global convention that's going to come up in 2027, what you're going to do in between there, because it is game changing. It is absolutely game changing. Global convention is the one event every 18 months that you just do not want to miss for all the reasons we just talked about and more.
Yeah, and I see Emmy's working on getting approval for her days off from her boss.
Right.
So keep on working on that, Emmy. Absolutely. And Marjorie's going from McAllen, Texas. That's awesome. We cannot wait to see you all there, because this is also, as Dondi said, this is where we go to get filled up, right?
Yep.
And part of what fills us up is being in the presence of each and every one of you. We love you guys, and we appreciate you so, so very much. And we are looking forward to this new start, this restart, the renewal of April in going forward with our businesses. So we hope that you guys gathered some things that you can do to help you move forward, and also had some little, heart pulls on what you'll miss if you are not able to make it to Global Convention. So we pray that you can do that. So
absolutely.
All right, guys, take care and God bless and have a great week. Let us know what we can do to help you, support you, and make sure that you tag your team in this call on Facebook, or if you want to send them the link, I will be uploading the recording to the YouTube channel, Team Freedom Reigns on YouTube, in just a few minutes. All right, guys, talk to you later. Bye. And I know I have to go through this whole process of stopping the share and before I can end. Hi, Hagen. So good to see you. Mary Ellen, thanks.